Is this thing on? What's up? This is Graham Breitenstein, the host of the This Week with Drunk Astrology podcast. And you know, at the top of every new year, it is so easy to fall into a mindset that's like, well, it's new year. I guess I'll do some goal setting. Maybe I'll just write a couple things down. I don't know. A couple friends are doing dry January. Maybe I should do dry January. But you know what? That's not you, and it most certainly is not me. We start 2024 with Mercury, the planet of our thinking mind and communication, stationing direct. Well, when any planet stations, that energy stops. So we start this year with our thinking mind and our ability to communicate, not just with each other, but our inner dialogue too. That energy is stopped, stunted, halted. So that means we experience some brain fog. We have a lack of clarity. We're hungry for something. We're ready for some change, but our head's not fully in the game yet. Well, that is why I created a free resource to get you all the way through the mental muck and the mud in your brainwaves. And that's called the Manifest Big in 2024 Journal. It is free to you, like free 99, $0.00. And all you got to do to get it is go to drunkastro.com/amazing-year. Or just scroll down to the show notes. It's the first link right there. In less than a minute, when you go to drunkastro.com/amazing-year, in less than a minute, you're going to have your free 29-page journal, which is full of science-backed prompts and astrological insights and the real sauce here, the relevant astrological timing behind setting your goals. Because that's what science isn't going to give you. They give you all this great research. That's like, oh, you want to set a goal that you're actually going to achieve? Here's the science-backed methodology of that. But what astrology and what I am doing as your astrologer is giving you the relevant astrological timing for embedding these science-backed goals. You see what we're doing? We are combining. We are drunk astrology-izing science and astrology together to give you proven freaking methods to manifest and create your most amazing year ahead. So one more time, go to drunkastro.com/amazing-year and download your free journal. And here's the thing. You're not going to be doing it alone. No. You and I, we're doing this together. In this here podcast, you and I, plus the people you care about, that you respect, that you admire, that you love, you're going to share this with your circle, with your family, with your friends, with your partners, with your colleagues, with your coworkers, with your teammates. And you and I and all of them, we are all going to do this together because one of the most important aspects that takes place this year is Pluto, the planet of power, shifting into Aquarius, which changes our power source for the next 20 years. And in Aquarius, when we plug into that power, we are talking about power coming from community, collaboration, and communication. So by all of us sharing this resource, by all of us tuning in, investing in ourselves, by coming to this podcast each and every week and working through this journal together, we are plugged into our power source. We are in alignment with the cosmos, and that's what we're gonna do. That is going to power pack these goals, and that is why these are going to be goals that we actually achieve. So last time, drunkastro.com/amazing year, or show notes, first link there. Download that journal. Please do not miss this opportunity to create your most amazing year yet. That dream life is waiting for you. This journal's going to get you there. So now that you got your journal, why don't we hop into this week? Ooh, it's about to get Capricorn AF up in here, baby. Welcome to the podcast for the week of January 8th through the 15th. We are here today as this community of astro comrades to talk about the astrological aspects for this week, which includes a hell of a lot of Capricorn energy, but we are also going to dive in as a community into our Manifest Big in 2024 journal, and we are going to use the astrology of this week to inform what we are first going to work on. And the big picture of your 2024 and my 2024 and your family's 2024, your friends, your colleagues, your teammates, all of us together this week, we are going to work on this baby together. And we're going to make some things shake, and we're going to make some things break, and we are going to have the most amazing year because we're going to design the ish out of it. How you feel about that? So first and foremost, before we do anything, let me ask you, do you have your Manifest Big in 2024 journal? Now, some of you, I know you don't, because I see the stats, baby. I see it all on my end. I know how many Manifest Big in 2024 journals have been downloaded, and I know how many people listen to this here podcast. So, although I might not know every single one of your all's names, baby, I know the numbers, and I know the math ain't mathin'. Listen, I want you to create and design your most amazing year ahead. That is why I have created this free resource, so that's what you get. You reap the year that you sow, and we are going to sow it together. You and me, every single one of us, as a collective in this Drunk Astro community. We are going to do this ish, and we are going to do it in sync with the cosmos, because that's what we're here for. You already know the magic of astrology and manifestation in sync with the energy of the sky. You already know. That's why you're here. And now this is an invitation to bring everyone you care about, everyone you love, people that you respect, that you admire. We're inviting them to the fold too. So when you get your journal, all you have to do is go to drunkastro.com/amazing year. The easiest way to go there is to just scroll up on the show notes and just tap that link. Take you right there. So step one, get your journal. Download that puppy. It's okay if you haven't done it while you listen to this episode, but by the time this episode is finished, you better be downloading that journal, because I don't want you to miss out on this collective community manifesting in sync with the cosmos that we're going to be doing all year. We are setting the stage right friggin' now. So that's your first step by listening to this podcast, is to download your Manifest Big in 2024 journal. Number 2, before we dive in to our astrological weather this week, Step number 2 is share this episode. You can share last week's too, but definitely this week, because now we are gonna start the work together. Just had to get that out here at the top, because some of y'all playing in my face. So aggressive. I'm coming in hot, y'all. It's 2024. I'm just really excited, and I'm inspired, and I'm motivated by this journal because I put a lot of work into it, put a lot of energy into it, and I designed it for you and for me and for my partner and for my family, for my friends. I have been sharing this thing like crazy, and people that haven't listened to this podcast before have come in because of just me sharing it. And now imagine with all of us. There's about 400 people that download this podcast every single week. Imagine when all 400 of us do that. You're a part of that. Each and every single one of you is a part of this amazing community. And now it's time that we put our vibes out there into the ethers as one. And that's what we're going to do. So we're inviting everybody we care about, because this thing is a work of art. And when you start doing this, when you start working in this journal, my God, I've already been working at it, and things are already happening and taking shape. So, there's something to be said here, and I want that for you too. So, number 1, download your Manifest Big in 2024 journal. That baby is free, and you download it in less than a minute. And step number 2, share this podcast. Do this journaling with your community, with your tribe, with your family, with your loved ones, with your teammates, your colleagues, everybody. Just bring them in. If you care about them, if you respect them, if you admire the work they do and they are someone that is important to you, bring them in. Okay. I'm calm now. I'm calm. I promise. So this week, January 8th through the 14th, we've got quite a few. We've got a number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 6 major astrological aspects this week. We're going to talk about each of them. But one in particular we are going to be working with in terms of our journal. And if you haven't guessed already, the Capricorn new moon is Thursday, January 11th. And that is, those of you that have been here for a while, you already know, new moons are when we manifest. That's where we plant the seeds, where we take our intentions and we give them up to the universe. We say, this is what I want. This is what I'm willing to do to get it. This is what I'm committed to do to get it. But this week, we're going to take this a step further. And I'm going to coach you through how we're going to take some science, the science behind setting goals that you'll actually achieve. The science of it plus the timing of astrology. That's what we're doing this week, okay? So we're going to talk about the astrological aspects, and then we're going to work in this journal together so that come Thursday, when the new moon hits, you are doing what you need to do with what you're writing in that journal. Okay? So, whoop bop beady beep beady bop ba say da boop bop boodly a doodly da ba da dee da doodly a doodly bop. All right. I don't know how to insert, like edit the podcast and then insert little separations of thoughts. So I have to create my own. So then I guess I need another one. A dee da dee da 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 giddy low a dee lam be la skiddy cow. Let's talk about the aspects this week. Okay, no, let's get real. For real. All right, Graham, get your ish together. We start the week off on Monday the 8th with Mercury's third and final square to Neptune at 5:24 p.m. I'm saying third and final because Mercury ended his retrograde on January 1st, and we know that when he's retrograde, we've got a 3-part story taking place. First phase of that story is an awareness. Second phase of that is an activation. This third phase, which he is now beginning the march on, is the integration phase. Okay, so parts 1 and part 2, we get a preview. We see something a little bit more clear. There's a little bit more knowledge, wisdom around whatever the aspect is. And then the third comes around, and now we get some finality. We discover something. We clarify something. We integrate what we learned in phases 1 and 2. So with this Mercury square Neptune, on Monday, right here to start the week, we got to go back to the first 2 times that Mercury did this aspect, okay? So the first time Mercury squared Neptune was November 27th, 2023, right after Thanksgiving. So you're going to go to the week of November 27th, and I want you to just kind of see. Hopefully by now, those of you that are new, it's okay, you get a pass. But those of you that have been here for a while, hopefully you have begun some kind of journaling process as far as just like jotting down at the end of each day, like talk to so-and-so, I've been thinking maybe like something like this, or so-and-so called me and said this. Hopefully you have some kind of practice now. But go back to November 27th, see what was going on. Now, phase number 2, December 26th, 2023, so right after Christmas, you're going to go to that week. And now you're going to see what was going on there. We're talking about communication, your inner dialogue, your vision. This is like vision and dream energy. This is, I kind of came up with this and I'm going to have to explain what I mean. But how your dream influences your vision for 2024. Because Neptune's in Pisces, which is all about dreams, and Mercury, for these aspects, was in Sagittarius. So now, Mercury in Sag is all about the vision. It's thinking about how do I want to expand? How do I want to grow? What do I want to see change and come the new year? And so these two notions are squaring each other. So how does the dream impact the vision? Your dream is a big, right? You dream big. And there's not necessarily any... This is like general. Your dream is general, and there's no real timeline to it. But this is tied to the end of one year and the beginning of another. So this is how your dream, the big thing, the big general, this is what I want to create. This is what I want to do. How that is now coming into your picture that you're manifesting, creating in this journal for the next 12 months. Okay, so just some context. I'll give you a little clue into my life. November 27th, I was doing interviews for the How to Manifest Big in 2024 series. Hopefully you are in on that. We are 5 episodes deep as of this week, and we have another one dropping this Wednesday. But I was conducting some interviews, and I also had, I'm a part of the She Media Collective. It's an ad, it's a whole ad network. Where you can monetize your content. And so you'll see, like on the How to Manifest Big in 2024 series, that page on the Drunk Astro website, there's little ads that run at the bottom. That's a way that creators can monetize their content. Well, they reached out to everyone in the collective, and they're interested in the podcast space and how they might help members of the collective. So it was like, okay, cool. Like, it would be great if I could monetize the podcast in a bigger way. Because, right now, you have to be much bigger than we are right now in order to monetize some serious cash. So, it was like, oh, wow, okay, great. I'm glad this happened on this Mercury retrograde story, because that means there's a 3-parter. And then that's also when Spotify sent me my statistics for the year, and I was blown away. I seriously blown the frick away by how many countries. Yeah, you heard it. How many countries you guys are in. We're talking the US, yes, Canada, but we're then talking about Jamaica. Hello to you down there that are listening to me. We're talking about England, Germany, India. There were so many countries. And I was like, I did not know that this was happening. Because that's the thing about your statistics. Like my dashboard, I don't get to see where you guys are coming from. So how cool and awesome does it feel to learn that, you know? So that was really, really cool. So now I can anticipate. I didn't hear back. Like I sent in this like huge form for the She Media Collective podcast inquiry. I sent in like all my stats and all the information that they requested, but I haven't heard anything. So I can anticipate sometime this week hearing back from them. And then on December 26th, my friend Tamina, who's actually the current episode in the How to Manifest Big in 2024 series, interviewed her about sexual nutrition, juicy sexual nutrition. But she reached out to me and said, like, I am so inspired by this series. I've been listening to the other episodes. Can't wait for mine to come. And she was so, she was giving me my flowers and singing me my praises. And, that was really nice. So, kind of piggybacking off of the fact that's when I was doing interviews for the podcast. That was all the energy wrapped up in chapter 1. Then one of my reels with Tali from the Astro Twins, who we did an episode together in the series, it kind of like low-key went viral, and I got a lot of new followers, and a lot of you that are new here probably came from that reel with Tali, talking about the age of Aquarius actually begins this year. I finished the template for my astrology 2024 astrology book during this week, and then I also had a clarifying conversation with my perfumer about my blends, because I didn't share this with y'all, but there was a possibility that I was going to have to shut the web store down. The Zodiac candles and the cosmic body oils, I kind of thought that it was about to be over. But we had a clarifying conversation, and we're all good. And I've got some exciting things that are going to come by the end of the first quarter all around the candles and the body oils. Something cool. So we're all good. So not to freak out. Those of you that bought for your holidays and, you continue to buy, the web store is not going anywhere. We are good. Keep ordering your candles. Keep ordering your body oils, please. It's helping in a big way. Trust me. So that's me, just to give you some context. So I shared me so that I can get you curious about you. Where can you anticipate some clarity? Where can you anticipate a circle back? Because that is a big theme with this third phase of Mercury retrograde. He's direct, but moving slow and coming back over the same aspects he made in phases 1 and 2. So think back to those weeks, November 27th, December 26th, to get some clarity around what was up for you. So that kicks us off the week. Great, because it's clarifying our dreams, it's clarifying our vision. So we like this. I love this phase of Mercury retrograde. I really want to this year dispel all the hate for Mercury retrograde specifically, because it's not necessary. It's not necessary. He's only saying, I gotta slow you down so that you take your time in these discussions or these matters, wherever he falls in your chart. So anyway, it's going to be one of my objectives this year. Then Tuesday, January 9th, we have 2 aspects that are just exciting, riveting energy. First and foremost, we have a Sun-Uranus trine at 4:07 p.m. Sun's in Capricorn. Work hard, the mechanics, the systems, your routines, your physical stuff. Trining Uranus and Taurus, so Uranus is that great idea. It's that exciting offer. It's that exciting energy. So there is some great opportunity for good work moments. good relational moments, like setting something innovative, getting that like down in the ground on Tuesday, and also just kind of amplifying this even more. We have Mars, the planet of energy, action, drive, strategy, sextiling Saturn in Pisces. So this is exciting. This is doing. This is an action. This is an exciting action with an authority figure, or it's just you getting you in go mode. You're in go mode, acting on your dreams, acting on your goals, your manifestations. You see what I'm saying? Why this week, not just with the Capricorn new moon, but you see why this week, it's centered around this journal and the work that we're putting in it, okay? Because this energy, Monday, Tuesday, then we skip over Wednesday. There's no major planetary action. And on Thursday, bam, Capricorn new moon hits at 3:57 a.m. at 20 degrees, 44 minutes of Capricorn. And now we're planting the seeds. Now we are going to get super intentional, and we're going to get a little more granular. Now, the meat of our discussion in this podcast is going to be about this new moon. Then we're going to jump all the way to Saturday, January 13th. Mercury, hello, planet of communication, thinking mind, inner dialogue, leaves visionary Sagittarius, where it's more like, this is where I'm gonna go, and I'm gonna travel here, and I'm gonna do this, and it's gonna be big, and it's gonna be cool, and it's gonna be great. And yes, it's got that jovial, optimistic Jupiter vibe when Mercury's in Sagittarius, so that's where your mind's been in some way, shape, or form in the Sagittarius area of your chart. Now Mercury comes back down from the clouds and enters Capricorn, where now he is slow, steady, intentional, structured, disciplined, regimented, routined. Mercury in Capricorn is just going to help you clarify your dreams even more and get a plan together, which is one of the big things we're going to talk about under this new moon and with our journal. Okay, so Mercury in Capricorn is now doing more than just putting pen to paper. He's putting strategy in place. And then Sunday the 14th, Venus has a quincunx to Uranus. All right, so Venus quincunx Uranus is some kind of unexpected change. It's an elimination. It's a hoodwink. It's a what? It's a jab. So relationships might get a little stabby, might get a little stressed on Sunday. It's at 5:03 a.m., but it's the day. So just consider, does something old exist here in this dynamic? So when you get to Sunday, if something's like annoying you, something, anything, if something is off, ask yourself if it's something old and something that needs to be changed or reimagined, or it needs a new perspective, because that's what Uranus wants to do whenever he's involved. I mean, it's honestly, I don't want to say that the aspect doesn't matter. It does, absolutely. But when he's aspected in a square, quincunx, or opposition, he really is shaking up the status quo for a reason. So just consider and get curious, maybe, what's the silver lining? What am I learning? And I think what you're learning is that there's some kind of old energy affecting a situation or a dynamic, and it's time to break that up. It's time to shake it up a little bit. Shake up that status quo, baby. It's time to shake up that status quo. Oh, wait. It's time for another scat. A-sta-la-la, boodle-is, ski-dee-doo, a-dee-dee-bee-ba, boodle-is, doodle-doo, a-dee-dee-beep, boop, dee-dee-bop, a-dee-dee-gee, doot-doo-doo-doo, bow. So now that we've covered this week's astrology, let's talk about these goals, this Capricorn new moon, and this Manifest Big in 2024 journal. Are you ready to dive in? Because I'm ready. I am so ready to dive into this. Oh my God. Okay, here's how we're going to do this. How are we going to do this, Graham? No. I've got all kinds of notes. So, Capricorn new moon, taking place Thursday. One of the things astrologically that is real powerful about this week and this new moon in particular, every new moon 6 months later will have a corresponding full moon where the seeds you plant under that new moon, they will come to harvest. In a 2-week time, there's a 2-week window because we got to go from this new moon to the next full moon. So there's a 2-week window, and then there is a bigger 6-month window where all these seeds come to harvest, right? So we reap what we sow. So we plant the seeds of intention, and then we take action 2 weeks, and then 6 months. However, this Capricorn new moon has 2, count them up, 2 full moons this year. Doubly, just making this double the fun, double mint gum. We have 2 full moons that are going to reap what we sow, to harvest what we're planting today. Well, maybe not today, but this week. Okay? So we have a full moon in Capricorn June 21st, and then we have another one July 21st. Do you understand, cosmically speaking, why I am doubling down so much on you getting your Manifest Big in 2024 journal and then you filling it out in community with me right now and with your tribe, your people? Do you understand? This is going to it's going to manifest twofold. Like, what? Twofold, people. So I know you might be a little bit in that Mercury retrograde, the post-retrograde fog of it all. I get it. But wake up. Wake up. Put on a little makeup. It's time to get real about this ish. Okay? So there's the cosmos. There's the cosmic reason that I'm harping on this so much. But now, Capricorn new moon wants to get real, wants to get into the nitty-gritty. So one thing that I want you to do with your goals, with your Manifest Big in 2024 journal this week, when you go to the page, hold on, I'm gonna open mine. Y'all, I don't know if you saw it on Instagram, but I went to the print shop. I printed it out. I got what do you call the laminated cover? The front page, the cover, and the back are like super thick paper. It's like its own little like spiral bound journal. Okay, hold on. Okay, that's part 1. Okay, yes, the full moon of it all, where you're willing to let go, declutter. Yes, the goals I'm setting are leading to my most amazing year yet. Damn straight, Graham. Damn straight. Okay, here's what I'm looking for. All right. We're going to the page that's right after that quote. The goals I'm setting are leading to my most amazing year yet. The page after that is where we go, we're into setting our goals for 2024. So this page, in 2024, what do you want to start in these areas of your life? What goals are you setting? So there's health and wellness, love, relationships, and friends, home and family, career, path, work and education, money, purpose and meaning, spirituality, joy, happiness, and frickin' fun. Okay, so we've got, 8 different categories where you've got goals. Here's the thing with this Capricorn new moon energy. We are going to pick 1 to 3 goals. Okay? We're going to pick 1 to 3 goals. If you haven't done this yet, it's okay. I want you to still listen to this, and I want you to think, who do I need to share this with so that we do this together? So, 1 to 3 goals, because we need to simplify. Okay? And by simplifying, we're actually going to amplify our efforts, and we're going to speed up the process of working and getting these goals done. So pick 1 to 3 goals that you are going to do this exercise today with me. I'm going to tell you my one. And my one is all in the, in the money category. Okay? And debt is this is my thing. Getting a handle on my credit card debt is my goal. And that's the one I am picking. So the first thing I want you to do with your goal, or 1 to 3 goals, is I want you to add the why and the how of this goal. Okay? So the why needs to be a core belief. It needs to be a motivation, and it needs to be something meaningful to you. And these are not the same. The why and the how are very different. So my why is because almost all of my goals for 2024 are kind of resting on me getting a handle on this first. Me clarifying what I can do first. And that's meaningful to me because I have a lot of goals and I have a lot that I want, that I'm focusing on this year. And there's a lot of ways that I want to grow, and there's a lot of ways I want to expand this business, but I have to get this squared away first. So then there's the how. Okay? So identify your why, add it to your journal if you have space. And now, what's the plan? We cannot set a goal, which by definition is something that we have to take an action on. Goal is something we want that we got to do something to get. So, one, okay, I want to get a handle on my debt. I want to know what's my way through this. What actions do I need to take? Because all my other goals are waiting for this part to get handled. How? What's the plan? Well, to tell you the truth, as of today, the day I'm recording this, I actually started on the plan. So as an actor, I'm a member of the SAG-AFTRA Credit Union, or I'm a member of the SAG-AFTRA Union, which was on strike almost all of last year. And we also have a credit union that is designed to support us and help us when it comes to all things finances. So I've never taken advantage, other than having my financial advisor, because I do have a financial advisor there. She helps with financial planning in terms of how to invest in individual 401ks. So not related to what I'm trying to figure out with my debt. And so I did some research on the credit union's website. They have a really cool resource. There's a nonprofit that provides counseling services for people in debt and trying to figure out what all they can do. So I said, okay, cool. I have options now. I've got the credit union and I've got this nonprofit that I could talk to. So I said, you know what? I'm going to go and I'm going to talk to a teller and I'm going to see what are my options. And this is part of the plan. So I ended up finding out, okay, you can do a debt consolidation loan, or you can do a credit card and do balance transfers. Because I've got 3 credit cards that I'm trying to get down to 1 with a lower interest rate, because the interest rates I'm looking at right now are insane. There's no way to get on the other side of this debt unless I booked a friggin' movie and was the lead star next to Brad Pitt. So that's the how, right? That's step 1. So now I'm waiting to see, okay, cool, debt consolidation, we've already got that figured out, but it's actually not ideal for me because Although in the long run it is, in the short run it actually adds to my monthly expenses. It doesn't lower them, and I'm trying to consolidate 3 credit cards into one, so I only make one monthly payment. So, but now I know. I didn't know that before. I didn't know that you could do debt consolidation loan, and I didn't know that you could do a balance transfer on a credit card. Don't have that kind of financial education, so there it is. So there's my plan. So now next week this week, when I hear back, because the debt consolidation loan is like, okay, cool, I'm already good for that. But it doesn't solve my problems. I'll still have 3 things to pay each month, and one of them will be higher than it is now. It's just long run, better interest rate, like astronomically better interest rate. So next week I'll find out, because I'm really fingers crossed. I really want this to be just credit card and balance transfer done. So we'll find out next week. So there's that. So there's the why and the how of the one goal I'm sharing with you here. Now, kind of already mentioned this, but I didn't say it when I should have. We've got to avoid, and this Capricorn energy with this new moon is amplifying this message. We have to avoid setting too many goals right here at the top. It is good to dream big. It is good to have a larger map of what you want to achieve this year. But if you are trying to debt consolidate, go to the grocery store every day, you're trying to do a new workout program, you're trying to eat clean and all that, you're trying to spend more time with yourself, your partner, your kids, the list goes on. You're trying to do it all at the same time. Baby, press the skirt brakes, because it's impossible. So we are going to simplify your goals. We're actually going to simplify your focus with this Capricorn new moon. That's what we're going to do. We're streamlining your focus so that you give yourself a fair shot. And Capricorn is good for cutting out the fluff and saying this isn't adding to. This is actually affecting negatively what I'm trying to do. So we're going to cut through that. We are going to microdose your 2024 goals here under the Capricorn new moon. And the journal, the rest of your journal, we are going to be working with this journal all year. You hear me? So don't you worry. We're not abandoning ship. You've got to get your bigger dreams out there. You've got to put that down in this journal, because that's going to be the larger map we're working with. Watch. You're like, even just take this. I'm doing one goal with you right now, walking you through. Next week, potentially by the new moon, I get the feeling I'm going to walk away if it's the debt consolidation loan. If the credit card thing doesn't go through, I get the feeling I'll walk away from it for now. But then that means, cool, I've clarified that goal. I know that I got to do some more work before that makes sense for me, right? And then I can come back to it. And then now I can go focus on everything else because I've done this one. Because all my other goals are just like waiting for my financial situation to be figured out. Okay? So we're going to avoid too many goals at once, so we give ourselves a fair shot. Goals, although our dreams are big, our goals need to be small and achievable. But with Capricorn, keyword ambitious. So that's what we're here to do. I want you to evaluate the 1 to 3 goals that you've picked. Are they small? Are they achievable? And are they ambitious? This is ambitious for me because it's a lump sum of debt, and most of which accrued during pandemic, because work was not hitting. So now it's like, okay, I'm looking at numbers I've never looked at before. because I've never combined all of my, financial stuff and, just looking at it like, okay, cool. Not going to be freaked out by this, not anything. Just going to look at it for what it is and say, okay, all right, here we go. It is ambitious for me to walk in that door and say, hi, I would like to discuss my debt. So small, achievable, and ambitious. That's what these 1 to 3 goals we're working through right now, they need to be. But now let's get specific. I have a question for you. Now, this is based on scientific research. I will thank again and a million times over, thank Mel Robbins, because she is just, her research inspires me so much, and her sharing it the way she does inspires me so much. So the influence from her work and her research is all over this Manifest Big in 2024 journal. And I get to usurp the research that she's shown and add the astrology to it too. And that's what is just like revving me up so hard for all of this. But this is the specific thing that I want you to, if you want to write it down, by all means do. But this is what I want you to clarify in your mind. When will you know you succeeded? I'm going to ask you again. When will you know you succeeded at this goal? So for me, I'll know I succeeded when I can get the credit card balance transfer. That's when I'll know I succeeded. But for right now, I'll know I succeeded when I find out. So when I find out this coming week, did I get approved for a credit card limit that is enough for me to balance transfer? That will be a success for me. Just finding out. Because now I know. Now I know there's 2 routes: debt consolidation loan and a credit card balance transfer. And what that will do, that will inform. If I get the balance transfer, then baby, we are full steam ahead. I get to accept it, transfer the balances, and now we are in the clear and we're moving forward. But if I don't get it, then I get to put that to the side and say, for right now, I need to prioritize some of these other goals that I don't want to share with you yet, but I'm going to share with you as we work through this journal. For this week, it is about 1 to 3 goals, and this is the one I want to hark in on. Now, what's cool is another element of setting goals is, instead of saying like, I want to lose 4 pounds, there's something called the high-low range. And this high-low range has a much higher success rate than just saying, I'd like to lose 4 pounds. You are actually better off saying, I'd like to lose between 3 and 5 pounds. High range, 5 pounds. Low range, 3 pounds. Giving yourself that low-high range, there is scientific research that shows that giving yourself a high-low range will actually amplify your success rate. How about that? So consider in your goals if you have a high-low range. So in my case, I feel like it's like my high-low is like, all right, the high range is credit card balance transfer, and the low range is the debt consolidation loan, right? So I feel like there's like that sliding scale of like, okay, is it one or the other? And I know which one I need it to be. But now let's talk about your first step. Now that is another section in your Manifest Big in 2024 journal. Your first steps. These are milestone moments, and they need to be super easy. Super easy, super simple. So, my goal, figure out what you can do with your credit card debt. right? That's my big goal. That's the like, okay, here we go. But my first step, go to the SAG-AFTRA Credit Union website. Check, did it. Oh, there's a resource for a nonprofit all around credit card debt and what you can do with it. Counseling services, free and all. Check, did it. Go to credit union. Check, did it. Figure out your options. 2 of them exist. Check, did it. You see all these milestone moments? I have my big goal for clearing and understanding what I can do moving ahead with my credit card debt. And now think of all those checks. Progress is your biggest motivator. So that's why you gotta narrow it down. Under this new moon, by Thursday, I want you super freaking clear. Okay, that new moon's at 3:57 a.m. Wednesday, hump day, needs to be a work day, baby, on your goals. Because I want you waking up so clear and so like, oh yeah, oh no, my milestone moments are happening left and right. Progress is your biggest motivator. And I'm going to leave you with this. Okay? Cuz this is the work. This is what we're doing this week with the Capricorn new moon. We are adding the why and the how of your goals in your journal. Why do I want this and how am I going to get it done? What's the plan? We are going to focus on 1 to 3 goals right now. And what I want to leave you on, besides reiterating that your milestones, your first small steps, the first steps to take, just going to a website, doing a little research, they need to be so easy. So easy. Those are your first milestones, and they are going to motivate you to the next step, to the next step, and to the next step until you reach when you know you'll succeed it. But what I want to leave you with is that achieving the goal actually isn't the best part or even the biggest part of what you're doing and the seeds you're planting this week for that Capricorn new moon. You know, if you don't do everything on Wednesday, Thursday is fine. It's just, I just want, do a little bit. Just do a little bit of this. Thursday's totally fine. But achieving the goal actually isn't the best part. Working towards your goals, that is what gives you meaning. Do you understand? It's not actually achieving it. It's working towards it. It's setting a goal, and that your process gives you purpose. It gives you meaning. So if you're somebody that just feels listless and lost and just like not, there's too much happening and you're overwhelmed and you're just not tapped in and you're not feeling it, please choose one goal. One. If you're feeling frisky and super ambitious, then yes, do 1 to 3. But just remind yourself, working towards your goal with the why and the how at the front of your brain, there's your purpose. There's your meaning. You are setting your own compass with strategy and with science-backed methods and the timing of the cosmos all behind you. You understand? This is what we're doing now. This week with Drunk Astrology's on steroids this year, okay? I mean, and now we've got scatting interlude things happening. So, I mean, that's also big too. All right? So that's it. And I want you to come back to this episode. All right? I want you to come back and I want you to just say, okay, all right, what was that method? What was that Capricorn new moon? It doesn't have to be the Capricorn new moon from this week on. as we're working on all of this over the next 2 weeks and 6 months, you can come back and say, "Oh wait, I need to do that simplification. I need to cut it down, and I need to narrow in. What was that? So bookmark this episode, save it, share it, do this with your people. We're doing it together now, but it's time to spread the love, baby. Okay, that's it. Have a phenomenal week ahead. Streamline these goals. Add the why, add the how. The steps you're about to take literally are giving you purpose and meaning. Now that's inspiring. Have a phenomenal week ahead. I will see you on the Instagrams. I will see you in your inbox. And just know there's exciting things coming ahead. Have a good week. See you next time. Bye. Hey, one last thing before we go. Who are 3 people you could share this episode with? Who would benefit from learning astrology in real time? From learning how to work with the energy of the cosmos, from tracking the patterns and cycles, to seeing it in real time in motion? Can you text them right now? Can you send that message and just say, I'm going to share this show with you because I think that you would really vibe with learning in this way. I would appreciate it, they would appreciate it, and you'll feel good knowing that you're spreading the love. Let's keep that high vibration going. I'll see you next week. Bye.